Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You need to get up your energy, that's the reality of 8 o'clock, right?
No, usually it's not like this.
It's not like this? Yeah. What he was saying, hi everyone!
Hello.
Tristan is a little bit under the weather after swimming.
I'm under a hurricane, not just the weather.
It's working. So you want to just dive into it, or?
No, we'll wait a little bit.
We'll wait a little bit. So I'll set up this. So how's your day today? So I'm just starting the timer. How's your day today?
Good, ever since I started feeling
When it started, like lunchtime, or?
No, during swimming.
Maybe it's okay. Maybe just ate something.
I don't look like I just ate something.
You think it's more than that?
I guess we'll see tomorrow. Something.
You have fever?
Yeah. It's never the first time. It's always the second day that it really starts to shine.
Hi everyone, welcome to KT Talk series.
We aren't starting.
Tristan is very into his own episodes right now, right? Concerns. Yeah, he was not feeling well during swimming, so
I'm
he's
still not feeling well.
He's thinking it's COVID, but that's the easiest way to go with it. We'll see. More updates to come. It's the green juice in the morning that was disgusting. Turn it around. Foster said that's disgusting, so that kind of you finally
That means I'm probably not gonna do tomorrow's workout, sadly.
Yeah, I thought you could do it on Friday morning.
Why do I want to do it on a Friday?
Because you don't want to miss the workout. Because what we're talking about today.
Huh?
Let's go. Okay, let's go. It's 2 minutes
What's wrong with missing it?
Okay, go ahead.
You have a widespread disease and you're worried about missing a workout.
No. Okay, go ahead.
I'll wait a little while.
2 minutes. Let's just roll into this late.
Oh, welcome everyone. We're here on KNT Talk Show series, whatever. And
Whatever, no. Kane, come on. A little bit of enthusiasm.
No,
KNT
I don't
Talk
like
series.
KNT Talk series.
Yes, you do.
It's horrible.
Then what do you think we should change to?
Talk show.
You don't like the talk series, so you want talk show?
Yeah.
Talk show, it's a little bit, it's very formal. Talk series is more, it's more casual. And it's serious because we don't have a specific audience, we don't have a target, we're just kind of having a conversation. We can have a conversation, if that works, and just, we're sharing our lives.
Say
Our
talk show,
message.
Talk series sounds horrible.
Okay, we'll think about it. You've been discussing more, but today was the day. Today was the day for you.
I've always
Opinionated,
said.
that's a 12-year-old. Okay, I know you did. But can you just leave it alone, and maybe we said we'll try and change it. We're not there. We're not even in 20 episodes, so let's just see how it goes, and we'll change it eventually. Okay. You don't want to edit videos. You don't want to do this, but you have a lot of opinions. Interesting.
What's wrong about having an opinion?
Yeah, but you need to put in hard work first before having opinions. You need to lead by example, right? So anyway, we dived in for
So what, you're telling me I need to edit videos to have an opinion?
No, you need to help me to edit videos and do other things.
If you want good editing, you have to spend 7 hours on that, and you don't have that time.
We don't have that time. Okay, so let's roll into it. Okay, can we switch our positivity? I know it's late. Okay, let's do it again.
This is alright, welcome everyone to KNT Talks show / series.
Yeah, episode 14, the lucky number 14, right?
Yeah, it's the funny number.
It's the funny number, and Baker will join us.
Yeah, today we're talking about
how
to
focus
on
health
and fitness. Yeah.
Okay.
Episode 14.
So let's be more, personal and share our stories. So let's talk about us, because we always, research and everything else. So how did you focus on health, and how health became important to you?
Well, for all the other kids out there, no matter what gender you are, it's fairly simple if you wanna do good in sports.
No, for you. I'm talking about you.
For me in general.
Personally, how you You know, remember you were a little bit shabby when you were a kid, and you had a lot of sports that you got in. What sports you did so far?
I never did basketball, swimming.
But when you kid, what you did soccer.
That's about it.
When you did kickboxing, right?
Yeah.
Muay Thai. So you didn't say that. That was a cool experience because you actually had a personal trainer for almost half a year, right?
That's not a lot of time.
But you still did it.
Yeah.
Did you learn any things from that?
How to fight.
Okay, interesting. So can you share that? Like, how was your how you understand what health is for you?
Oh, well, health for me is, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, I have some fat on me right now. I don't really care.
Fat is good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really care because in basketball, it's actually good to have some fat so you can push people around.
Okay.
And swimming, it's probably not that great because everyone there is shredded. So,
Okay.
because it's good to have less weight. But
So it's
don't
interesting.
know.
It's interesting. I'm hearing it right now, and it's funny. You said we're talking about health, and you directly jumped on fat, and this takes me directly to the fact that today's society, what
But
we
that's
see
what
around,
they
that's what
base it on.
people are talking about. It's
Yes.
funny that you jumped directly to that. So is that your perception, or you think that's whatever? So what is your story? What is your perception? Let's not talk about what you think that people want to hear. It's what UT is made of.
You have your foot on me. Why are you licking yourself now? There's some private space, a private bubble.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, health is a little more than just fat.
Okay, let's pass that. We
I
established it.
mean, sometimes it can be that, but in most
For you,
circumstances.
let's talk about you. Then you're like circling around the main
Well, it also,
answering question.
also some other things that health can affect is your athleticism, your
Okay.
endurance levels,
Okay.
and your strength,
Mhm.
and that's, yeah, it's very important,
Okay.
because without it, I probably wouldn't be where I am now.
Yeah, but what got you in? Why you always are so active?
I don't know, like me, cool, but I did it,
You didn't.
yeah.
So just share your experience. So when you started, so you did soccer, then you did kickboxing.
Which had both of them do that.
You
training.
did after 7. It was 7 between 7, no 6.5, no 7 and 8. That's when you did kickboxing, right?
Yeah,
Okay. What did you learn?
how to defend myself.
Okay. Anything else? You learned a lot of coordination in that.
Yeah,
So you did the group training and
Personal.
one-on-one. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So you have a one-on-one experience, personal training. So what do you thought about that?
Nothing, it's just you and them. They watch you and only you.
Okay. So somebody has the full attention towards you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was at 8, I didn't really pay much attention to that. I
But
just
you had
did it.
you had an amazing results because your coordination. Remember, you said you do push-ups, like your body.
Oh, I still couldn't do push-ups that well. Now I can do push-ups well. I can do like 15, 20 with a little bit of struggle.
Okay. So you said you have a whole speech and you kind of got lost sharing
Well-
your personal story.
Well,
You're not camera shy, so I'm surprised right now you're kind of you're like very scattered with your thoughts. So do you not
probably
like to talk
because-
about it, or you're just not feeling well? You think so?
Yeah, well,
Just not feeling it. So how to
Another-
focus on health? So how
another
what is
thing-
health for you? So health for you is athleticism, right? You said sports.
and also, for kids, you just want to devour
Not for
food.
kids. We're not talking for kids. We're talking about you. Okay, not your opinion of what's going on outside. so
My perception of it is, for me as a kid,
yeah,
is devour food and work.
devour food and work. Okay.
Yes.
hmm Do you feel good when you do a sport? Like what is giving you? Is it what is the rush that it gives you when you do a sport? Like, do you feel compelled to do sports every day? Like, go
Yeah.
and play a little basketball?
Mm-hmm.
going scoot? Like, what is the reason behind? What do you think?
I don't know, I just like to do it.
You just like to do it, so you think it's a habit already?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Like having like weeks with not doing sports? Because during COVID, you did swimming. Like you had 3 months that you didn't do anything because we remember we just went outside very early in the morning. We did basketball, but you didn't do swimming for a while. So how that felt? Because you kind of did not have like a consistent activity.
Yeah, but I still had the endurance to keep building this stuff.
I know, but you didn't have the consistent daily activity. So how that felt? How that felt? He's feeling you because you are all over the place and he's just the same like you. Yes, scratch palm.
Yeah. Come on, go over there.
This is how we're talking today. We having how to focus on health is dealing with your pets.
Yeah, anyways, moving back on to the subject.
Yeah, please, thank you.
Dealt with them. Alright, moving back to the subject. So, what was the question?
What's your perception of health? Like how do you overcome? Do you have a program? Do you have a daily routine? Right now you didn't say anything and I'm like kind
I don't
of
have a daily routine.
trying to quit even asking you
I
more
don't
questions.
really have a routine, I just work.
Yes, you do have a routine. Again, you're saying things that are not true. Yeah, you have a routine.
No, I just...
So what you committed for the last month and a half, you do twice a week workouts that you post online for 10
Yeah.
minutes. Then do you do any other workouts? And
Swimming.
swimming, that is, yeah. Then you have basketball in the weekend. Then what else you do as activity? So health for you is activity. Is health also for you? You said eating, right?
Yes.
So how you think you eat in comparison to kids your age, or what do you see in everybody's lunchboxes? Like what do you think? Do you think kids your age know what they need to eat, what is good for them?
No. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
No. Yeah, definitely not. I really don't think. I mean, I still think I have a vivid perception of it, but yeah,
Why?
because it's a very fact-heavy subject.
Is a fact have a subject?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's hard to understand it completely.
sure.
That's why they're nutritionists, because
Yes. Hmm.
yeah,
So, but you know what do you need to have on your
Yeah.
plate? You know that you have veggies. You know that you need to have fruit. How many servings you need to have? You know that you need to have a protein, and you know that you need to have what? Lots of water, right? Liquids. Liquids.
liquids are very vital,
Yeah.
very.
So you pretty much did not share your health story, which is interesting.
What's my health story?
I know. I think you have one, and I thought maybe you'll inspire other
Well,
kids out
when
there.
I actually started like going into,
Yeah.
well, I'll start one day at school and recess. I'm like, basketball's fairly interesting.
Okay.
Well, then I started that, and then I just kept on working, like about 5 times a week practicing it with my
Yeah.
dad.
Okay.
I devoured food, of course,
Yeah.
as I said before,
Mhm.
and I just kept on working out.
Okay.
And I also did workouts with you.
Okay. Yeah, we did workouts. We did during COVID and we did before. Do you want to share the painful experience that I was waking you up at 5 o'clock in the morning? You didn't work out with me, sleepy, half asleep, and crying in the gym?
Well, what do you expect?
But we did those. You
Yeah.
didn't like those. But at some point you're okay with that because you start doing planks. We did a basic workout, right? Planks, some weights,
But
some
now I
squats.
can let that easily,
Mhm.
because I'm stronger.
So do you think health is only doing a specific activity? What else is health for you?
Health is pretty much how you feel in general.
How you feel in general?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
because
a good point.
health can also affect your emotion. Like if your health is not in a great condition, you probably will feel less good in an average time base
Okay,
or timeline.
okay.
Either way, works.
What else you think is health for you?
Yeah, it can also affect your growth too.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
So
growth, it means how you feel and emotions. So you have growth, which is biological, physiological aspect, right? Then you have emotions and feel good, which is psychological, emotional aspect. Yeah. And with the growth, we also talked about brain development, right? So it's pretty much that also.
Yeah, when we talked about
Physically, yeah.
the brain,
Yeah.
we did talk about how when you're older, your brain actually does, you gain brain cells if you
Yeah.
work out.
And also, what do you think? Is sleep also part of health?
Sleep is probably one of the most important things.
Because rest is
Vital.
yes. And it goes back to that 80-20 rule that we discussed way back, which is what? Do you remember what 80-20 rule is? You know, a lot of people describe
20 is everything else, and 80 is
20 is workout.
yeah,
Okay.
and then 80 is sleep.
It's
And rest.
nutrition, sleep, and all your other habits. Is that insane? So that's what health is at the end of the day, is that split off, right? So in that 20%, remember we had 5% that are genetics. So what's your genical, legacy from your family, right? If you had any diseases that you inherited genetically, if you did not,
Yes.
If you're stronger, if you're not, if you have stronger bones. Of course, I guess there are studies over there that say that actually you can what? You can modify, right?
Your genetics.
Yes.
Or if you work out, yes.
Yes, you can actually modify them. Not
Naturally.
regenerate and change your
Yes,
genetics.
you're bad ones.
Now the studies and research have the data that supports that.
Mhm.
Insane, right? That you actually can.
Yeah, like if you have a bad gene, you can fix that.
Yeah.
If you put enough effort in, yes.
Yes.
Going back to our effort.
Yeah. Also interesting. Okay. So we have couple good concepts out there.
Yeah, like creating the lines.
So health is pretty much your way of living. Remember?
Yes.
Because we talk about diet, what means from Greek and everything else, that was way of life. So health is a way of living because it's how you live your life, and your habits will reflect into your health. Of course, we're not including a lot of people who have genital diseases that already have a condition,
Yeah.
and that's something that they can do. They just can improve their quality of life
Yes.
by choosing specific lifestyle, nutritional guideline, adding more sleep, more activity that can improve their health, even if they go into a disease. And of course, we're talking, you have also the terminal disease that it's like, it's terminal and it's an unfortunate situation. At that point, that person, what they need to do, they just need to what they need to do. What's the terminal? They
can't do anything.
They can't do anything. But what we do, you're trying to make them comfortable in that stage of their life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how for them is that comfort level? I know it's a hard topic to talk about, that's what that is.
Yeah, it's the hard truth.
Yes, it's
Deal
the
with
hard.
it.
Yeah. So those things. So like for me, what health is? For me, health is everything. For me, it's health that I'm able to get up in the morning. Because a lot of people take that for granted. They're getting up in the morning.
Why would you take it for? Why are you so excited? Oh yes, I got up the morning.
Because a couple of years ago, I didn't know if I'll have another day to live.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to see sunshine, if not rain, every morning. I'm just grateful because I didn't know a couple of years ago if I can do that. So for me, life is precious right now. When you go through, it still is. Of course, it always will be, because I had a huge change in my life when I was facing life and death. And for me, that was a wake-up call to actually think about, hey, what my health is. Am I healthy? Am I really healthy? Because I was still doing workouts, I was active, I was running, so I was doing things which people think are healthy, yes, but that's not what health really was.
Like
Health is embracing everything else, so looking at it from a whole perspective. Health is
Yes.
sleep, like you said, is eating well,
it's
balance,
everything
being
you do.
emotionally balanced, controlling and seeing what's going on with your emotions. Remember that flight and flight response that we talked about it? How you can not react and actually observe. What is your attitude towards things?
Yes.
How you process, how you observe, how you take things, right? So there are a lot of things that I needed to work to understand what is the real meaning of health for me. And I wish everyone out there will understand that, because health is not just going and doing a 30 minutes workout and sweating a little bit. That's not health. That's just you moving for 30 minutes, right?
Ooh, so.
Yes.
Oh yeah, one other thing,
Mhm.
connecting to another one of us. 60 minutes of physical activity is also very recommended to
Yeah.
all ages.
Yeah. That's what you-
Connecting to our, was it the last one that we talked about that?
Yeah,
Yes.
age-appropriate workouts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not only moving your body, so sleep is important. So for me, it starts everything, if I don't have a good sleep,
The rest of your
I'm
day
not
is going to
functioning.
be
So my
ups and downs.
brain is not functioning properly. So when my brain is not functioning properly, my body is not moving properly. So I usually, and this is personal because of what I undergo about 5 surgeries, and some of them were very tough. And what I understood because of my recovery process, I understood that I need to have a good sleep. Good sleep means 7 to 8, possibly 9 hours. And if I don't have a good sleep, what happens to me? My brain is not functioning. It's just, when I say not functioning, it's the reality. It's not functioning. So I'm kind of hazy and foggy. It happens. That's kind of how I react to the when I wake up in the morning. Like, it takes me a while too. And what it does, my body is not coordination. It's very weak. So I tend to wobble and actually, stumble upon different things. Like the other day, I was in the office and I was so tired. I guess I didn't sleep well the night before. Yeah, and I went in the corner and hit a desk furniture and completely, just bruised my leg. So it happens to me, and that's usually when I am exhausted, because I realize when I don't have a deep sleep, I just don't have. I have a weak coordination.
Deep sleep.
Deep sleep, a deep sleep. You need to get in on that. The waves, the brain waves, which we'll talk about it. There are different types of
What
waves.
do you mean brain waves?
That's interesting. That's good. We'll talk about it next time. The importance of sleep.
But the importance of sleep is everywhere.
So you need to have the deep sleep. So you need to have the deep sleep. So sometimes you can have a light sleep and not go in the deep sleep. So the deep sleep is what actually rests your brain, and not only rests your nervous system, right? Mm-hmm. And processes all the information, cleans everything. So that's what happens to me sometimes.
It's like
but it's rare. It's not like it used to be. It's rare, but it's there. It's one of those days. So it's how I wake up. So if I have a good sleep, then if I eat in the morning, I do eat. Breakfast is important. Like right now, I'm doing the juicing protocol, so I have juice every morning. In the weekends, if I travel, I don't make a fresh juice. I'll buy one, cold pressed juice. I am not that strict. I understand that we all have different lives and different responsibilities, and sometimes we cannot make it. So I adjust. Because I'm trying to be flexible, because I want to embrace the whatever change I make in my life, instead of restricting it and making it in something that is demanding, restrictive, and has a negative. I have a negative response towards it. So that's how I approach it. So like in the weekend, if I was traveling, I would just buy a cold pressed juice, right? So I'll do that. So I do juicing, and then I eat something else. So like you ate oatmeal this morning. Right?
Yes.
Then after you left, I had eggs. So I'll have eggs. I always had the eggs, but then I'll switch from eggs to oatmeal. Just, nice light meal. And I will go to work, right? Right? And then we have lunch. Lunch, usually I pack something. You pack something, so you share your lunch this morning. I always have some veggies. I like steamable veggies, so I'll have veggies. I adjusted my nutrition right now. So I took the meat out of my nutrition. So that's
not a great idea.
It feels good because I'm taking B complex supplement a lot, and other supplements. So I think I feel good. I lost quite a bit of weight, about 10 pounds, which is crazy. In the last 2 months, I lost about 10 pounds. So I hope I didn't lost the muscle, but possibly not. I think my body fat percentage is still the muscle, my skeletal muscle percentage is pretty good. I'll wait it out tomorrow again. So I do it once a month, and they'll see that. So I want to see my percentage of muscle, body mass. How is that in comparison to my weight? So I'll check that one tomorrow. But I also feel okay, and I do other things, right? Then I work out if I can fit a workout lunchtime, if not it's the evening. And just trying to work out now. I cut down a little bit because I do 4 times a week, max 5 workouts. And on the weekend I just do hiking or long walks or hiking.
You 4 to 5 workouts?
Yeah, I only do that because I walk a lot at work. So my work requires now, I'm not sitting a lot at the desk like as much as I did. So now I walk a lot. I'm very active at work. So I do about 20,000 steps. That's insane. So it's a lot of walking, which is good. I'm always constantly moving. But because I'm only constantly moving, I can't do as much strength training workout like I used to. So you see, I adapt to my new lifestyle of what my new daily routine is. Yeah. So I'm not that rigid. So I kind of changed my routine for the last 3 months. So I still do heavy lifting, but I do that once a month or twice a month. It depends what kind of movement I do. But otherwise, I just don't work out every day. I do yoga every morning, 10 to 15. Just add that flexibility, mobility in to maintain that, and do 4 times. If I hit 5 a week, 5 workouts a week of 45 minutes, that's great. Most of it is strength training. If you watched the last episode, I talked about strength training. I do the recomp method, which is adding the strength training and resistance training. So like I said, adding a resistance in your training routine, a dumbbell, kettlebell, in your resistance band. Why? To create that stimulus in a muscle, and I do that 4 to 5 times a week. I do a body split workout routine because I do kind of work out 4 to 5 times a week, so you can do a body split. If you only work out twice a week, max to 3, you should do a full body routine. Definitely twice a week you should do a full body routine, including resistance. So you can do compound exercises or you can do isolated exercises, depends what you are trying to accomplish. If you want to do a fast workout, you also want to include compound exercises. Do you remember what the compound exercises are?
Yep. Okay,
give me one. Let's see. That's the $1 million questions. Give me one compound exercise. Come on.
Burpees.
Seriously. Squats. Compound exercise when you engage every muscle in your body. So squat is one, bench press is another one, bent over a row is another one, using a barbell, or you can use dumbbells, right? So those are, you can do a military press, which works all your upper body and core, including your coordination, right? And hip thrust is another one, posterior chain, everything else. And there are more to come. I think I missed something. Deadlifts. So here we go. Pull up is another compound exercise because it works not only your back as your primary movement, but you pretty much work your forearms, your core, and everything else. So funny. So compound exercises, movement on the entire body. Isolated is when you're only working one muscle. So say when you do a bicep curl, you engage in the biceps. If you do a tricep push down, you engage in the tricep, right? So that, isolation of a specific group of muscle of one limb. So that's an isolation exercise. And if you're interested in more, you definitely can check my page or reach out to me for more info and maybe more custom programs, right? So what do you think about your 10-minute program? Because I know we shifted out a little bit.
I do, moving aside from that, on workouts in general, I do around 11 to 15 workouts a week.
Yeah?
Which
that's
is
way
a lot.
Too much. But you're a kid, that's different.
True.
Yeah.
And plus I have endurance, so.
Yeah. Your metabolism is very fast. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Because if you do a lot of endurance, it is. It gets metabolism. Metabolism slow down as you age. Is that funny?
So
because you're a growth person. Correct. You heal slower. That is a valid point. Yes, you are. But the way you can reverse that is by making sure that you have a good nutrition, sleep, and other make other changes in your life so you can reverse or maintain that regenerated state instead of completely slowing down.
And it also takes you less time, more time to get drunk.
Huh.
Yeah, because your metabolism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, kind of random thing.
Yeah. Interesting. So how is the follow program? I know we added that in. So health is, you need to make a plan, right? You need to be disciplined. So you need to create a routine for at least a month. So what we usually do at the end of each month, remember we write our calendar and put down what is our activities. That's our way of communicating, right? We always do. And what else do you learn? So Tristan learned how to do shared calendars events, right? So actually he has
over a year ago.
but you're still doing it. So there's some events that you have us. So that's how we share who has what. So we know how active we are. Plus we challenge ourselves, and we do the other things. So this is how. So we have a game plan for a month because we want to make sure. So we start with the plan, because if you start with a plan, you already have, you set your mind to it, right? Mm-hmm. And you set also the expectations and your goals, right? Mm-hmm. It's interesting, right? So you already start with this attitude that, hey, I want to accomplish this, right? Like you have a task or a goal at school, completing an assignment. That's how you do with your health. So you kind of map it out step by step. It's not overwhelming. When people think about health, they're like, oh my God, I need to lose weight, I need to stop eating this, and stop eating. They just go in this rabbit hole of negative, restriction, I'm just so this, I'm so that. So they going and they're self-distracting themselves and self-sabotaging, right? Because it's self-negative talk. I'm this and that and that. Okay.
Moving back to fitness programs, if you're a beginner and you don't feel like consulting to nutritionists or personal trainers, and you don't feel like you're comfortable with educating yourself, I recommend the fitness program. Yeah. Because while you're doing that, you could just copy what you're doing there, and if you seem to get that easy after you finish the program, if you get that easily, you can just increase what you do. Yeah. And the more amount of sets or how many reps you do.
And that's great that you're saying that you need to have a structured program. Why? Because you want to get into routine. The only way you can learn a routine, the only way you can learn a form, how to move your body properly, how to do a full body workout, because you want to, touch every part, muscle in your body. If you don't, what happens? If you're not, you don't have a correct fitness routine, a program, what happens is you can get more rounded shoulder because you only do upper body. You can get a very lean forearms or very bulky quads. There are just so many, and if you look out there, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Your posture and the way how your physique is structured can be modified if you're not doing a correct exercise or doing a good program. So that includes a full body routine that should be 2 to 3 days a week, right? Definitely 2. So you need to have 2. Which, remember, it's upper body, lower body, and core. You always should have core exercises. How do you feel about your core exercises?
Good.
Do you think that your core is stable?
Yes. It
helps you with swimming? Mm-hmm. Because with the breathing and everything else, so those muscles.
Hips are also very important.
Hips are great, and not only, that's what I keep saying, so I'm doing the Glutes Bridges challenge for the month of April. Of course, it looks aesthetically, it's very appealing. Thank you so much for everybody out there who has amazing comments. Besides hot, sexy, and everything else, please check exactly what glutes are and how that exercise actually helps you to maintain a healthy lifestyle of your hips and posture. But anyway, love those comments. Not really, but that you're entitled to your opinion. Why glute bridges are really important?
Why do you have a group called Juicy Beach?
Because it's a cool because it is. It's fun.
Yeah, but you're only gonna use that until the end of the month.
Yeah. So let's say glute bridges, right? So I've been doing it today, and what I say, and I said in one of, if you don't train your hips and you're not strengthening your hips become cranky, and they are, right? So hips are really important, not only for females, and they are, but also for males. It's the same thing. Because if you don't have healthy hips, what happens? Your entire posture, your entire movement from right to left suffers, right? Then you start having all these imbalances, right? So all those things. So interesting. You talk about hips. Yes, we do glute bridges because we want to have healthy hips. We want to have good glutes. Glutes mean maximus, so the big muscle in our posterior chain, which is really important to balance our front with back side. Because front side, if you, of course, you all studied that back in anatomy in school. We have core muscles, but we have the deep core stabilizes muscle.
Yeah,
and in the back, the way our pelvic floor skeletal system is held by two muscle structures that we have core in the front and back and glutes in the back. So that will balance our pelvic floor. That's how we move. That's how we can rotate. We can do our gait. We can do a side walk, jumps and everything else. So it's really important for us to maintain that balance. And how we maintain that balance? By what? Strengthen our muscles.
Yes.
And this, since we did plank last month, it was a no-brainer to do a glute bridge this month because we want to balance the front side, the front muscles, with the back muscles. But you know, if you had not put a little bit of thought and educate yourself, that is your, like I said, you're entitled to the opinion. That's what I'm trying to educate.
So then again, why do you have a good name, Juicy Peach?
Juicy peach because peach is used in the industry. It is a trend and it sounds fun. It is a trend in the industry. So butt cheeks for females are called peach. So that's the form because it's the form. Okay, so you know. So that's what it is. Juicy because you grow your glutes by doing the glute bridge. You're actually, you know, sculpting the form and you actually also strengthening the muscle. So
but
when
why
you strengthen
are you
your muscle,
going peach?
because that's how it is in the industry. But this is good. It is a joke.
Let's call the butt.
Okay, great.
Bug group.
Like, you have booty as well, so you have those two. Anyway, apparently Tristan is hooked up on a name. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's a glute bridge challenge. It's there. It's catchy if it has a little bit of into it, but that's why I'm doing that. So it makes sense now. So now that I told you why we do the glute bridge challenge, just besides other benefits that I added in my post, is because we did the plank challenge. So it was working on our core, which is deep core, the abs, also our stabilizer, the core muscle stabilizer, the obliques, because we did sides, right and left. This month we did the glute bridge.
We should stop.
I know, because I was trying to get 50 minutes out of you to explain you what healthy is for you.
But
so,
you did get it.
You did? I did. You're right. So that's why I'm doing this. So that's a form too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. And talking about, so that's in Taylor it's a program too, because you can just do a challenge daily. So that's a challenge routine, right? Right.
Yeah, I also explain my fitness programs are important. Yeah.
Yeah.
And after
I guess we'll
wrapping it all
continue. We'll have part 2 next time.
We're not going
the
to
same
do another
topic?
part of this.
Yeah, we'll continue next episode and explain
I don't
that.
have anything else to say.
Yes, we do on the program yeah.
Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed.
Our late edition where Tristan is a little bit not feeling well, and I'm trying to get his positive vibes out. But he was a trooper this morning, advertising my green juice. You are correct. Kale is very bitter.
It is bitter spinach that's hairy.
Yeah. So what happens is that's why you add apple or more carrots. So if you add more apple and carrots in the juice, it actually balances out.
It still tastes bad.
Did you put ginger? You put ginger as well. Yeah. So we add also ginger. Yes. So anyway, that was a very interesting comments that you had this morning. Yeah, it is. You just get used to it. I had some other friends trying it.
It's
They
bitter
said
spinach and it's
they
hairy.
say it's not tasty. No, it's not tasty. You just gotta get used to it. But if you want to make it, if sweetness is your take on,
Put some
add
sugar.
more apple. No, add more apple and Granny
Sprinkle some
Smith.
sugar.
Granny
It'll
Smith
still
apple
taste
is
horrible,
good.
but still sprinkle some sugar.
And more carrots, but that's all you can do. But green juice is green juice. It tasted like greens, and it's supposed to be because that's the best one. It has less sugar, has a lot of chlorophyll, it has a lot of antioxidants,
Who
a lot
discovered
of zinc
kale?
and magnesium.
Discovered kale.
So it's really good for you. It's good to clean up your gut, your liver, detox your liver from any heavy metals. And I just like doing that protocol.
Wait,
you can see my skin
when was
light up a little bit. Yeah.
when was kale discovered?
I don't know. That's something that you can research on your own. You said that you want to finish the episode.
Oh, okay.
So
Anyways, goodbye everyone. Hope you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe to Be Fit and Healthy by Katya to be a fish at the end.
Yay. And thank
Make
you
sure
for
to hit us up with the
joining.
follow.
Yes, we had some about 35 to 40 views in some of our talk show series on YouTube. Yay! Yeah, there's some over 20, so that's exciting. It's building
Hope
out.
you'll enjoy.
Yeah, and so a couple announcements. Yeah, so join our Facebook group at KT Talk Series, right? You doing your workouts, so we'll see how Tristan feels next week. We have new projects coming in that we're trying to wrap up. One cool idea that we have, let's share that before we go. That we'll be sharing some quick morning videos, right?
No,
Lunch
to this
videos.
week we're maybe deciding for next week.
Next week, so something what we
Big
eat, how we
boss.
do things,
We will.
how we feel. Oh, set intention for the day, right? Or how was
Yeah.
it? How was
No,
the title?
we didn't say, but we didn't decide on that.
Thought of the day.
No, we didn't.
We didn't come up with the final naming.
Well, actually, officially announced we're actually doing it. We're still deciding, but
No, we are doing it. We're just
No.
trying to figure out the name.
all right.
So that's
Hope
one
you all.
project. What's the other project?
That's about it.
No, my project for Fridays. Come on.
Yeah, but that's you, not me, so I don't really mind it.
Oh, so you should support me. So
Sadly,
I
we end
am
on
not-
this unfortunate
I'm
event.
adding another video on Friday. I'm going live with the new spiel on my spiel. Yeah, spiel. It's my personal story, how I did it, how I do it, how I still continue doing it. It's the coach wisdom.
All
Yeah, I
right.
have a couple of wrinkles under my eyes, so I think I feel pretty good sharing my trial and errors, lesson learned, and some small victories. So I'm
Sadly,
excited for you to check that out. It's coming
sadly
out
we have
Friday.
to finish on this unfortunate event. Hope
Yeah.
you enjoyed.
Unfortunate event, my new
Goodbye.
project. But thanks so much. Thanks for joining KT Talk Series for episode 14. Y'all have a good night. Bye.